to try to bring some excitement to this so that it's more enjoyable for y'all to watch. But it's hard to feel happy today because of what happened with the Spurs. Not just that they lost, but how they lost. And before anyone says, well, why aren't you watching these games? It's the conference playoffs, okay? That takes priority. Greetings and welcome to the Fan Perspective. I'm your host Nathan Lyle, and this is the second episode of WNBA Weekly for the 2017 season. Let's do a quickie recap of what happened opening weekend. A lot of teams are missing their big names to start off the year. McBride is still playing overseas. Jefferson and Plum both sat out with injuries. In New York, they ended up coming to a win, but Bill Lambert says that he hopes this is the worst game they played this season, and I kind of get it, because the Stars are missing, their most heralded names, and yet they still managed to stay competitive for most of the night. Now, the New York did look a little sloppy. I can understand why he would be upset and why he would hope that they play better as the season goes on. Then again, I also kind of say it's game one, chill out, dude. Everyone still has some kinks to work out. Seattle was missing Stewart and Breanna Stewart as they sat out with injuries. Nneka and Odyssey combined for more than half of the team's points as LA goes on to win opening night. And then you have Morgan Tuck and Jonquel Jones having career nights for the Connecticut Suns. But you have the Atlanta Dream playing a good team game and getting to the foul line. They made a WNBA record 21 free throws in the first half, and they end up hanging on to win. Then, after their games on Saturday, the Stars and Storm get on a plane so that they can travel and play again on Sunday. The Stars go into D.C. where Monique Curry puts up a career-high 31 points and gives Delle Donne a broken nose, but the Mystics still hang on to win. The Storm, Joe Lloyd throws up 27 points as they managed to bounce back from their opening night loss to win their home opener against the Fever. Then in the first game ever live streamed on Twitter, you have Kaela Davis coming off the bench for 20 high points in her WNBA debut as the Wings end up grabbing a win over the Mercury. And then you have Sylvia Fowles for the Lynx, just complete dominance, 26-10. They had no answer for her as she ends up helping guide the Lynx to victory over her former team. So with that in mind, here are your current standings. Well, at least for me, opening weekend, there were very few surprises. The Stars, they're missing some marquee players, and they start 0-2. They're firmly secured in the basement right now. You've got six teams in a tie for first place right now. You've got the Storm, the only team with a win and a loss on the year. Everyone else is either winless or undefeated. And when you look at the Storm, they lost on the road to the defending champs, but won at home versus the Tamika-less Fever. So that seems about par for the course right now. It's still very early in the season. Most of these teams have only played one game, and a lot of these teams are missing their best playmakers. It's still too soon to give Dallas or Washington the crown. It's definitely too early to count out the Mercury or the Fever. You never know. That one win can be the only win Dallas has for the rest of May. That one loss could end up being the only loss that Phoenix has in May. Long season. We're just getting started. Buckle up. It's not that busy a week. We've only got 2 games on the docket before the next episode of WNBA Weekly. And as always, I'll tell you which ones are being broadcast nationally. For the rest, check local listings, or you can watch every single game on WNBA League Pass. And as always, the times that I'm announcing will be Eastern Standard Time, so be sure to adjust for your time zone. The first game on the schedule is Wednesday night. You got the Mercury versus the Fever, 10 p.m. And those two teams both started off the season 0-1. They had legends retire, plus Mercury having people sit out. You've got the Candice Dupree returning to face it off against the team she won a title against. Both of these teams, the most important stat is that they lost opening night. They don't want to dig themselves into a deeper hole with 0-2. So that's going to be a contest. And then you've got on Thursday night the Liberty and the Lynx going off at 7 p.m. on ESPN2. You've got two amazing teams. They both start off their season 1-0. And whoever wins this game will, at least for the next 24 hours, be in sole possession of first place in the WNBA. So that's something to look forward to. You've got some dominating bigs. You've got some talented guards. It'll be a fun matchup. So that's it for this edition of WNBA Weekly. Tune in Friday for another all-new episode. And until then, this has been the Fan Perspective. I'm your host, Nathan Nile, and I hope you have a great week.